Can you give us a few minutes? We can come, Chair.
And Chair, when the auditor, EACC picks documents, why can't they just maybe do copies, certify them for the sake of having the documents back to the entity for the sake of auditing? How long would the EACC stay with the documents? Infinitesimally? Will they never come back to the entity?
They took original documents and they never left out back copies. And as auditors, we don't audit copies. You can only look at certified copies.
No, I think we'll get into a conversation which we said we didn't want to get into. The amount involved in the governor's launch was 29.9 million. It was in an audit report. The concern is that it is no longer in the audit report, and yet it remains unresolved. That is a concern. And we have already addressed that, and we have agreed that in the audit you are carrying out, if the gaps are still unresolved, it must find itself in the audit report.
Yes, we will, Chair.
Because I think Busia is a fairly litigious county. I think there are some decisions that have come from the courts with regards to the role of even a senator in terms of oversight. So if it does not find itself here, the senator will find it very difficult to raise it, suo motu, or to raise it in their individual capacity. That is a problem that we must deal with. Anything unresolved must find their way into the next audit.
That's noted, Chair.
Now, the good thing is that EACC has also given us an update earlier. I don't know whether you want to address the issues that we are dealing with regards to the issues that we've just listed.
Yes, Chair. I can address myself to one as we begin. On the issue of provision of documents, the Commission has always released documents to the OAG for audit upon request. In the event where we are holding original documents, all we would request for is to have copies of certified documents, and then we have always been ready to release original documents for purposes for audit. As regards the letter in discussion, Chair, the matters that were brought to our attention were picked up by EACC, and as I had earlier briefed this committee, several of them are actively under investigation at various stages, with some significantly progressing to conclusion, and maybe I can list them, Chair.
Yeah, if it does not prejudice your proceedings.
I would not go into much of the details, but fraudulent procurement leading to lack of medical supplies at the county hospital, consultancy services for the construction of the industrial park, pending bills, specifically in the Department of Trade and Investment, irregular disbursement of interest, the Governor's Lodge, and the Busia Stadium, Chair, are some of the matters that are actively under investigation by EACC.
Okay. I think we're just trying to make sure that there's some continuity from where we were at the last meeting we had in Nairobi, and in between some conversations that have gone on with the OAG and the EACC. And of course, there have been some decisions that the courts have made, more or less somehow related to what you're doing here. So now, can we come to the main report and see how the auditor captured, because he has indicated that 90% of the requests from the senator are in this report. So let's see how that has been captured and how the county has addressed itself to it. Starting with the first section of the report, on the basis of qualified opinion, there were a number of issues of unsupported expenditure. Issue number one, Auditor General, what was the unsupported expenditure on and what was the amount?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. The total amount was 16.5 million relating to domestic travel and subsistence.
So when we made our recommendation, we relied on your written responses. And you might see that our recommendation is that you take administrative action on the officers who fail to provide the documents. However, upon examination of what you tendered as evidence, the Auditor General advises us that that expenditure is yet to be supported. The recommendation we made was on the basis that what you submitted in writing supported the expenditure.